Laura squinted at the glowing bubble and flipped the phone face down on her blanket. The radiator clacked like bones settling, and outside the streetlight stuttered against curtains that never quite closed right. It had been a 10-hour shift and 2 more drafting invoices at the kitchen table. Her eyes burned. Her apartment always felt like it was breathing when she was this tired. Drafts under the door, a sigh in the vents, the soft whir of the fridge. The phone buzzed again. "Don't want to talk," whoaed. "Jesus, not even 5 minutes." She exhaled and rubbed the bridge of her nose. Somewhere above, a neighbor laughed at a sitcom. The laugh track bled through the plaster. "Hey, sorry, don't mean to be rude, but I don't have this number saved and I've had a shit day." The dots bloomed, paused, bloomed again. "Yeah, you look stressed. Anyway, I can help." Laura sat very still. She glanced at the bedroom windows. The curtains met in a crooked seam, a sliver of wet black pressed against the glass. When she tried the door, the deadbolt clicked solid. The apartment was a cave with thin walls. "Don't be scared. I just want to help. Tell me about your day." Her skin prickled. Last week, she'd read an article about hackers watching through webcams. She flipped open her laptop and tore a piece of tape from a post-it stack covering the camera. Her reflection dwarfed under the gummy square. One yellow mug with a chipped rim sat on the desk, cold tea staining the bottom. She could smell rain and the neighbor's overcooked cabbage. "Listen, prick, I don't know what your issue is, but this is not how you get a woman's attention." The message slid to delivered and sat there, a small gray judgment. Laura crawled back into bed and pulled the blanket to her chin. The radiator hissed. "I'm sorry, you're right. I'm just not very good at this kind of thing. I've never actually... well, you know. I'm sorry. Can we start over?" A small, reluctant smile. It wasn't often people adjusted. She wanted to believe sincerity. It had been months since Matt left without a goodbye text, months of waking in a bed that felt too enormous, months of bills stacked like teeth. She had homework she would not touch. "That's fine, thank you. You seem to know me. Who is this? I'd like to put a face to a name. A secret admirer. I'm really afraid if I tell you who I am, you won't want to talk, though. Like I said, it's my first time." First time. Her thumb hovered. The apartment felt quieter now, as if listening. Somewhere in the living room, the heat cracked through an air bubble and made a small, damp pop. "First time? What? You don't need to be shy talking to me, if that's what you mean. But is this your first time talking to a girl like this? Read. No dots." She noticed her phone at 9%, a red sliver that made her heart pick up. The charger lay coiled like a sleeping thing near the edge of the bed, fallen between mattress and wall. She sighed, scooted to reach, her hairs slipping forward, her phone buzzed in her hand. Don't let it die. Her breath turned thin. The tape on her webcam stared back from the desk like a mute pupil. The air felt colder near the floor. A thread of rain tapped the window, polite. "You said you wanted help," she typed with stiff fingers. "Help with what?" The reply came before she lifted her thumb. "With not being alone." She could feel her pulse in her wrists. She tilted her head, listening. The apartment had its moods. Tonight, it wore someone else's. Her eyes flicked over the room. Closet door closed, laundry basket overflowing. The sweater she dropped earlier on the chair now lay puddled on the floor. Had she done that? The curtains stuttered as the streetlight hiccuped. For a second, the room was a grainy photograph, then moving again. Your day was hard. The phone lit up. Your boss piled a lot on you. You forgot to eat dinner. Your hair doesn't like humidity. Silence in her chest. She touched her hair without meaning to. The phone vibrated again. "I like it better up." She had only just twisted it into a knot. Her mouth went dry.
Okay, this isn't funny.
She typed.
How do you know that?
"Because I'm here." The room narrowed. A faint smell came from the floorboards. Not cabbage. Earth, wet and metallic. Her battery dropped to 5%. The cable was right there, just an easy reach if she leaned farther, if she slipped her arm into the shadow wedge where the blanket hung. Laura set the phone on the mattress and swallowed. "There are cameras," she said softly to the room. Her voice sounded like someone else imitating her. "No cameras," the screen said. "Promise." She told herself she was being dramatic. The world wasn't a movie. The building groaned as if shrugging at the thought. She slid cautiously toward the edge of the bed. Her fingers found the cord and fumbled at the plug head, plastic slick under her skin. When she bent, the blanket lifted. Cool air stroked her cheek. Darkness breathed back. Her eyes adjusted. The gap under the bed was a thin country of dust and lost pens and a single bobby pin she'd been looking for days, and a pale oval. Smooth and still. The whiteness of an eye caught the spill of streetlight through the curtain seam. A face stared up at her from the floor's throat. Close enough to see pores. Close enough that she could hear the wet click of his swallow. He smiled, careful not to lift his head, as if they were sharing a secret and the ceiling might overhear. His breath smelled like pennies and rain. "No," he said, his voice a whisper that seemed to come from the building's bones. "My first kill." For a moment, nothing moved. Not Laura, not the face. The radiator hissed and then fell silent, as if it too waited. Her phone, forgotten, vibrated against the blanket with a soft, insect urgency. The notification glowed. Emergency, slide to call. Laura didn't scream. She pulled her hand back very, very slowly, as if easing it from an animal's mouth. Above, the laugh track swelled, tinny and bright. The streetlight blinked. The dots appeared on her screen one last time.